Tom Baker Complete Season 2 is now available to pre-order on Blu-ray on Amazon.com. So this is the US/Canadian version of Doctor Who The Collection Season 13, which we had announced very recently. The Amazon listing, interestingly, does have a release date. It says that this set is coming out on the 30th of June 2025, which would mean that it's already come out. That date is a week in the past as of recording this video. That can't be the case because it's still listed as available for pre-order, right? So I pre-ordered this set and I got an estimated time of arrival, which gives us a indication of when this set actually will come out in the US, and we can then work backwards from there to have a estimated time of release for the UK set based on the fact that the US releases have been really consistent and the number of days it takes for them to come out. So we're going to try and solve that mystery today on the Doctor Who Guide.
You are watching the Doctor Who Guide.
If you're a Doctor Who DVD and Blu-ray collector, then I'm very excited to announce that I'm building a pro version, paid version of my Whoseum app. You subscribe to it and you're able to track your Doctor Who DVD and Blu-ray collection and get push notifications when a new Blu-ray or DVD release comes out. So I'm super excited about it. If you want to know when that's available to subscribe to, then definitely join the Doctor Who newsletter, aka Who'sletter, that I have linked in the description down below to be updated on all things Whoseum.
Links to pre-order this set will be in the description down below. So thank you so much to everybody who's doing that, because when you use those links, you are helping to support the channel at no extra cost to you. All right, so you can see here in my order details that it says that this set will arrive to me on January 14th. That is subject to change. It's an indication, not a definite. It's interesting that they would tell me anything specific at all, not like, oh, coming soon. Assuming January 14th, which would be 2026, would be the release date. And of course, I just so happen to have a spreadsheet with the information of the UK release dates, which are still TBA for the collection season 13, and the US release dates, as well as the number of days in between. So you can see that other than the first two releases, we have never had a US release come out before the UK, which is why I was so skeptical of that June 30th release date. Never mind the fact it was in the past and the listing still said pre-order. Ever since then, it has taken, on average, 120 days to come out for a US set after the UK version is released. You can see season 25 came out exactly 120 days later. So did season 22. And seasons 2, 9, and 15 were only a week out from that, and season 17 was only a week earlier than that. If we include the last 10 releases, it becomes exactly 120 days, 118 for the last 11. So let's go with 120 days. We can then calculate what date is 120 days earlier than January 14th, 2026. That is none other than September 16th of 2025. So mid-September seems like a date that makes sense. It's a couple of months after the set gets announced. That lines up with what we've had in the past. So I think it's a good indication. I would have guessed if it's July, it's when it's announced, then definitely not August. That's a bit too quick. But October seems a bit late. So September does make sense to my mind. Not that I'm saying the January 14th date is for sure a thing, but yeah, comment down below with your guesses as to when the collection season 13 is coming out in the UK, and therefore when you think it will come out in the US. It does make sense. A lot of sense to me that if we have a fall release for the UK, that we would end up with a December or early January release for the US. The list of stories from season 13 are all there. It talks about brand new special effects, so on Terror of the Zygons, new documentaries. And so it's going through the bonus features that we had a whole breakdown for in the season 13 UK announcement set. So that's awesome to see those listed out here and the Amazon.com description. It's an 8-disc set, and there's a mock-up picture of the side here as well on the listing, and I assume that, like the majority of the US sets, this will be an inch in diameter, especially if it's got 8 discs to fit in here. So comment down below if you will be getting this. Thanks so much to Mark, aka Myth Ghost, for giving me a heads up about this release and emailing me about it. Really appreciate that. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, keep growing your knowledge collection and connection with other Doctor Who fans. Albert the Adipose says hello, and we both hope to see you in the next video. Bye!